The night was loud, laughter, glass clinks, and the low growl of engines outside the bar filled the smoky air. But all of it came to a jarring stop the moment she walked in. Dressed in a plain leather jacket and jeans, her calm aura seemed misplaced among the roaring bikers and wild music. She didn't come to impress. She came because she had to. And no one, not even the men who ruled this bar, was ready for what her presence would unleash that night. Her name was Aaliyah Carter, a woman whose silence carried more strength than a dozen roaring Harleys. She wasn't there to start trouble, just a quiet drink after a long day. She sat at the corner, ordered a soda instead of whiskey, and watched the laughter swirl around her. But some people can't stand peace, they hunt it, break it, just to feel powerful. Aaliyah caught the eyes of Rick Dalton, the self-proclaimed king of the Iron Reapers, a biker gang feared across 3 states. A man who thrived on disrespecting those he saw as less. He swaggered toward her with his crew, beer dripping from his tattooed hands, a smirk plastered on his scarred face. "What's a pretty thing like you doing here alone?" he slurred, leaning too close. She tried to ignore him, finished her drink, ready to leave. But Rick didn't like being ignored. He grabbed her arm. "Hey, I'm talking to you." The bar chuckled, entertained by his bravado. "Ain't polite to turn your back on a man." Aaliyah's eyes met his, steady, calm, unflinching. "Then be one," she said quietly, and that simple sentence cut deeper than a knife. The laughter turned uneasy. Rick's ego couldn't take it. In one reckless motion, he yanked at her jacket, tearing it down her shoulders. The laughter turned to gasps. Her shirt ripped slightly, and that's when everyone froze. Across her back, inked in deep black and gold, was a massive military insignia, a U.S. Navy SEAL trident surrounded by names, 22 of them. Below it, words that made even the toughest biker's stomach twist, "for those who never made it home." Rick's smirk vanished. The room went dead silent. Aaliyah turned slowly, her shirt half-torn, her expression like stone. "You see those names?" she said, her voice calm, shaking slightly with emotion. "They're my brothers. Men who died fighting beside me, saving people who'll never know their names." "And you think tearing my shirt makes you strong?" The weight of her words hung in the air. One of the older bikers at the counter lowered his drink. "Wait. You're that Carter?" he muttered. The others glanced at him. "She's the one who saved that convoy in Kabul, lost her whole team." Rick's face paled. The realization hit the bar like a thunderclap. Aaliyah, the quiet woman he tried to humiliate, was a decorated Navy SEAL veteran, one whose story had once made national headlines before she disappeared from the spotlight. Rick tried to laugh it off, stepping back. "Hey, I didn't mean," but she didn't need to hit him. She didn't have to. The shame did it for her. Every eye in the bar turned on him, his own crew now looking disgusted, embarrassed. He'd just stripped dignity from someone who'd already given everything for people like them. Aaliyah put her jacket back on and turned to leave. At the door, she paused. "You all think strength is about fear," she said softly. "But real strength is what you do when no one's watching. Remember that next time you raise a hand to someone weaker." She left quietly, the sound of her boots echoing in the stunned silence. Rick sank onto a stool, shaking, unable to look anyone in the eye. A few minutes later, one of the older bikers followed her outside, Marcus, a grizzled veteran himself who recognized the pain in her voice. "Ma'am," he said gently, "thank you for what you did, out there and in here." Aaliyah gave him a tired smile. "Don't thank me. Just do better." That night, something changed in that bar. The Iron Reapers stopped their reckless tormenting, and Rick, once feared, disappeared from the scene completely. But every year after that, on the same night, the bar hosted a memorial fundraiser for veterans, with a picture of Aaliyah and her team hanging on the wall. She never came back, but her words did over and over again. The story spread, not because she fought anyone, but because she didn't have to. Her courage, her quiet dignity, was enough to make a room full of hardened men remember what real strength looked like. And if you're watching this story right now, take a second to think about what kind of strength you carry. Maybe it's not in your fists or your voice. Maybe it's in your heart, your restraint, your compassion. That's what makes heroes. If this story moved you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that respect and strength come from within. Because sometimes, one act of courage can silence a room and change lives forever.